Andrew Berry's decision didn't just shake the building in Berea. It split the sky open above Cleveland and sent shockwaves across the entire NFL landscape. One moment, Dillon Gabriel was a safe and steady name penciled in at the top of the depth chart. The next, he was standing on the sideline with the spotlight ripped away from him, replaced by a quarterback who hasn't even thrown an NFL pass yet, but already commands more attention than half the league starters. It was a kind of twist you don't see coming unless you've lived long enough as a Browns fan to expect the unpredictable every single season. Berea didn't just shuffle depth charts. He rewrote the script, kicked down the door, and crowned Shadur Sanders the star of a franchise that has been starving for one. This moment wasn't born from calm analysis or conservative strategy. It erupted from a city desperate to believe in something, anything, after decades of being dragged to the mud of quarterback disappointment. Cleveland has lived through more quarterback drama than any other franchise. They've seen careers start and burn out like cheap fireworks on a humid July night. So when Berea reached deep into the chaos and plucked out the one player who brings noise, swagger, and national attention before he even takes a snap, it was a message heard loud and clear across the league. The Browns aren't trying to blend in anymore. They're here to make a scene, to ignite conversation, to turn every Sunday into an event. And Shadur Sanders, with his pedigree, his presence, and his unmistakable confidence, is the spark that sets the whole thing ablaze. The truth is, Cleveland wanted its own phenomenon, a player who doesn't just run an offense, but transforms the identity of the team. Shedeur walks onto a field with the kind of aura that makes cameras zoom in and analysts lean closer to their screens. It's a magnetism you can't teach, the kind that comes from being raised in a household where your father revolutionized the idea of what swagger means in professional sports. Deion Sanders didn't just play the game, he performed it. And Shedeur, with that same defiant calm, carries a legacy like armor. Cleveland saw that, wanted that, and Andrew Berry decided the city deserved that. Still, this move didn't happen in a vacuum. Dillon Gabriel, reliable and steady, became the collateral damage of franchise craving electricity. He represented order, a safe pair of hands, a quarterback who wouldn't implode, but also wouldn't ignite anything resembling a spark. Gabriel is the kind of player coaches trust, but fans rarely fall in love with. And in a city like Cleveland, where football is religion and quarterbacks are prophets, safe isn't enough. Berry chose disruption over discipline, spectacle over steadiness, knowing full well the consequences if the gamble collapses under the weight of expectations. But in a franchise where heartbreak is tradition, maybe it takes a little madness to break the curse. That's what makes this moment so gripping. Shadur Sanders isn't just a rookie stepping into a role. He's a narrative, a storyline dripping with potential and danger. The kid survived more chaos in Colorado than most college quarterbacks face in a career, dodging defenders behind a line that looked like it was assembled with duct tape and broken promise. He thrived in disorder. He excelled in pure mayhem. And now, standing behind a Cleveland offensive line that's inconsistent at best, he's walking into an environment that might feel strangely familiar. Except now he has NFL-caliber weapons, a rabid fan base hungry for resurrection, and a spotlight that burns hotter than anything he's ever stepped into. The skeptics will whisper. They'll wonder why a polished veteran like Gabriel was shoved aside for a rookie with 0 professional snaps. They'll say Cleveland once again chose chaos over structure. But Berry, in full defiance, is proving he's not building this franchise on fear. He's building it on belief. Real belief. The kind of belief that doesn't wait for development charts or cautious timelines. Cleveland doesn't need another quarterback who waits. They need one who acts. One who stands at the center of the storm and dares the league to doubt him. And make no mistake, the players feel it too. Lockers don't lie. When someone with Shedur's energy steps into the huddle, the room shifts. It's subtle at first. A glance, a nod, an unspoken understanding that something different has arrived. Something volatile, yes, but powerful. That's why this move isn't just about numbers. It's about reshaping a culture that has been begging for a leader who can carry more than a playbook. Someone who carries the moment. Cleveland doesn't get many national storylines that don't end in heartbreak. They've been the punchline, the cautionary tale, the franchise everyone points to when talking about how not to manage quarterbacks. But for the first time in a long time, the Browns find themselves at the center of a story that feels exciting, dangerous, alive. Shadur Sanders isn't a safe choice. He's a wild card with a last name that carries gravity. And Andrew Berry, for better or worse, decided that was exactly the kind of force Cleveland needed. Maybe this ends beautifully, with Shedeur carving up the fences and rewriting the franchise's legacy. Or maybe it ends in flames, another name added to Cleveland's long list of quarterback casualties. But the truth is, both outcomes are better than another year of slow, predictable disappointment. At least now the city has a pulse, a reason to show up, a reason to hope. And at the core of all this chaos, one thing stands clear. Cleveland isn't running from its past anymore. It's confronting it with fire, swagger, and a quarterback who thrives in the spotlight. This isn't a rebuild. It's a revolution. And the entire NFL is watching. If you're caught up in the madness and want to follow every wild twist the season throws at us, make sure you hit that like button. Jump into the comments to tell us whether Shadur is the future or the next heartbreak. And don't forget to subscribe so you never miss a moment of this chaos. Because trust me, this story is just getting started, and you're going to want front row seats when the next chapter explodes onto the field.